Hey guys, Mr. Riedl here. It is June and it's summer break now, and I am ready to give you the June garden tour. It's going to be a quick update and what has changed since a month ago, so let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to start on this side of the garden, and as you can see, this is the big change for the month of June. All of my daylilies have popped open, and they are just beautiful. As expected. I got these from my mom. They're super tall and they just love opening up on the bright sunny days. Something else that's new is I reinforced the step right here a little bit better. So I put some more stepping stones, and so now I can go up here and I can actually feel like I actually have a little standing spot here as I look over the side yard here. And the black-eyed Susans are doing well. They are not shriveling up. They aren't growing a whole lot, but I assume that that's because they're just getting rooted in and getting used to their new spot. The daisies, Shasta daisies, are popping open. These were a little bit later than the ones over there. I planted these in the fall, so I didn't expect them to be very big. It'll probably be another year before they get even bigger. I am not quite sure why this is the pink chintz thyme. I would have expected it to bloom by now, but it's doing a good job spreading all around, but it's not blooming. But what is blooming is all of these zinnias are looking fantastic, and these are my favorites. These coneflower, white and kind of an orangish red, and these just look awesome right here next to the zinnias. I moved these white ones over from over there. I didn't like where they were at. They were a little too tucked in, so I brought them over here so they'd get a little bit more sunlight, and they are just doing really well. And there's lots more blooms that are going to come out soon, and they go perfect here with the zinnias. These are short zinnias. I actually planted some seeds in the front of some really tall ones, so this looks really good. The sedum's doing really well. The iris foliage still looks fantastic, but iris blooms are all gone, so I just deadheaded those. And this Russian sage, I do not know what's going on with this guy. He's so little. The other one is really big and blooming already, so maybe it doesn't get enough sun right here. The verbena have looked great here, and I didn't really realize how much of this alyssum was reseeding itself. So I planted a little alyssum plant last year right here, and it just reseeded itself all over, which is so cute. I just love how it's surrounding the verbena here. Looks really nice, especially since the candy tuft have all stopped blooming. The begonias are hanging in there. I'm not sure if the begonias like this much sun. We'll have to wait and see how they do for the rest of the summer. But the dahlias look great, even though the leaves are still being eaten. The leaves don't look that great. The flowers look great. So I'm really happy with how they're flowering, even with, stuff eating the leaves. I need to deadhead the blanket flower a little bit. I love the color, and it's but you can see those naked blooms with all the petals gone. So I'm gonna have to deadhead those. Definitely a lot more orange daylilies here. They look great. You can see there's some that are all done. I just need to take those off, or they'll fall off on their own. Iris foliage looks great. Here are some more daylilies. These yellow ones have been blooming for over a month now, and I've gotten a lot of blooms out of these. And the purple ones are just starting to come out. Purple ones look awesome, and there's lots of new blooms coming. And I love how just the contrast between the purple and the yellow here. Lots of bees here enjoying the lavender. Lavender's looking good. This one especially is looking good. It's not flopping over like that other one is, but this one looks nice. And then up top, you can see all of the creeping rosemary here, 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 and here. And here they all are doing really well. You can see that they're starting to climb and crawl, extend their branches, so they're definitely rooted in now. Even though I just planted them a couple months ago, they're doing really well. So hopefully they'll cover that naked hillside right there. Look at these guys. These are the elephant garlic, like I was talking about those last time. They're looking pretty yellow down here, but I only keep these just for the blooms. And this is not their full bloom yet. They're gonna look even better here pretty soon. But I got 2 blooms this year, even though there were several plants that popped up. So those look good so far. Maple tree's looking good. Here's the lavender that just flopped over. We had just quite a rainstorm this past weekend, and that did not help. It just weighs down, but I've been clipping back a lot of these and using them in vases inside, and they are such a great centerpiece on the dinner table. Here is some more coneflower. Lots of buds for the coneflower. I love the color, it's so vibrant. So that one's looking really good, and then I got 2 more over here. These coneflower, this one is the Magnus, it grows really tall. So that one has a bud up top, and then this one's budded out too. This one's a brand new one I planted a couple months ago. So in just a few weeks, these are gonna be bursting with color. And also over here, you can see right up there, there's a purple coneflower that I'm actually gonna go back over there and get a closer look. The tag said that this would grow up to possibly 5 feet tall, which I put here by the fence so that it wouldn't block anything else. But this bud on top is just about ready to pop open. Even though the bugs are eating these leaves, still surviving, still doing its best. So I'm excited about that one. Okay, so back to over here. I wanted to show you this. The creeping thyme, I cut back all the blooms, but I think I might need to cut back some of them, some more of them. I'm not sure really how to cut back ground cover. It's kind of an experiment, because there's some that are kind of longer than others, like growing on top of the other growth. And so I am trying to figure out how to do that, but it's cascading over these rocks just like I'd hope. And it's coming down, it's going to spread around here, and it's going in between the cracks, and it's working out really well. So I'm loving this. I'm actually training this to go up here and fill in this, because this branch broke a while back, and hopefully this will fill in this dirt here and look pretty cool. The dianthus are still blooming strong here. These ones I deadheaded a couple times since the last video, and this one is blooming a lot more. Still lots of buds here, and this one is just about done. I don't see very many buds on that one, and still buds on this one. But this one just popped open. Looks awesome color. And then this one over here is the Ben Nevis Sunrose, I think it's called. And these bloom continually all through early summer. I'll show you a picture when it had a lot more blooms on it, but this is a cool plant. I really like this one. And we have the lemon balm here, which is starting to flower here. But I don't want it to flower because it's going to spread seeds all over the place, and these little tiny shoots pop up all over the place. So I think I'm going to cut it back. I really only want it for the smell, which smells great, but I think I'm just gonna cut it back so that the seeds don't spread everywhere. Lots more ground cover here, spreading in between the cracks and crevices, which I love. And some of these I didn't even plant. Some of them are just popping up on their own, which I totally wanted to happen, so I'm so glad. And probably by next spring it'll look like part of the wall there. Okay, so the Shasta daisies here, they had some awesome blooms earlier, but the blooms did not last long at all. So I don't know why this plant only bloomed for like a week or two. But there are still some more buds coming. Hopefully they'll continue to bloom. Just so short. Disappointing. Here's the sage that I cut back today. It was like ginormous, and it was like flopping over. It was so big. And also the rainstorm did not help. It just kind of matted it down. But what I did is I took some twine and I wrapped it around so it's a little bit more upright, and I deadheaded it so that hopefully it'll bloom some more. Here's the Russian sage. See, this is the big one. It's really tall, but I believe it's the same type of Russian sage as over there, but that one is just so tiny, and this one is already blooming and looking great and big. Really big, but I think maybe it gets more sun here than over there, so that's why that one's not doing so well. This little baby coreopsis is still doing really well. It helped to deadhead it, so I just left those there and still blooming. Here's the Roseanne hardy geranium, looking good. This one I didn't mention last video. This is catmint that I put in here, over here and over on the corner too. I just planted this a couple months ago, and I've heard catmint is really great to add to your garden because it survives everything, heat especially. Veronica plants are looking good. I don't know if they're nearing the end or not, but lots of awesome purple color. I love the tall grass behind there at the top of the steps. I think the color just looks so cool. And some more daylilies. The foxglove. Foxglove are still hanging in there. Most of them are all bloomed out, but there's some more sedum, looks good. More lavender, coreopsis. The coronaria is looking pretty good still. It's definitely dying back a little bit, but it's still got some blooms on it. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna cut that back because I want to let it reseed itself when it drops all the seeds here in a few weeks. The red valerian looks pretty good here next to the Veronica. I cut this back several weeks ago and still blooming. Not as big as before, but still very nice. I love how it's like how it just keeps going, keeps bringing forth flowers. There's more daylilies. Here's some more dahlias. These are pretty. Here's the foxglove. These are pretty much done, but I'm also going to leave these so that they reseed themselves as well. But they need to dry out a little bit more so that the seeds drop down and fall, sprinkle around. Blanket flower here is looking good. I need to deadhead that probably tomorrow. These are still blooming too, just a few of them. They're still hanging in there. I think next year they'll be even better because I just planted these this year. Got them from my mom. The black-eyed Susan are growing nicely. They'll fill in this area here in a month or so. This sedum is not as big as the others over there, but looks not too bad. Fairy garden looks like it needs a little help. Here's some more hardy geranium here. I need to really keep that watered because this corner here gets so much sun. And the begonia here, I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's getting too much sun. The marigolds are loving their life, but But the hardy geranium, I have to water it a lot every morning. Coreopsis looks really nice. Those just popped open recently. The penstemon are all done blooming. I don't know if they'll bloom again or not, but corner looks nice. I just planted these creeping thyme here. I took a little clipping from over there from the plant and planted it here, and it's doing pretty well. It's hanging in there. Hopefully it'll spread around here, but I think it might be just a little too late in the spring to do that. Its rapid growing season is a little past now. Here's the other catmint. This is doing really well here on the corner. So hopefully that'll fill in this area. Love that. Like these iris foliage. I loved planting the hardy geranium right next to it so that it kind of creeps through the foliage. Okay, so let me show you this long grass here. Let me go up here. Show you these are the impatiens that I put here under the shade of the pine tree. They've been really enjoying this because it's not too hot right here. So I think this is a great spot for them. But take a look at this right here. Remember I told you I was having an experiment with letting my lawn grow out, and I just love how feathery and fluffy it looks, and I love how it blows in the wind. It's just, I really love having a long grass front lawn. And also because the grass really didn't fill in a whole lot. I think these maple trees here are really sucking a lot of the water out of the ground, so the grass doesn't have a whole lot of water. So you can see that there's some like patchy spots here and there, and some places where the grass is not growing. So letting it grow tall, I think it kind of fills in some of the patches and the bare spots. It's just different than normal, you know? Here's another example of how I put this hardy geranium, and it's starting to fill in between the shrubs here. So this is pretty cool, just for its first year here. And the petunias are doing really well here. I should have just filled up these whole boxes with petunias. This is the bacopa here, and it's doing okay. Like it's blooming and stuff, but it's just not as big and vibrant as the petunias here. So I think next year I'll just explode with petunias. Okay, check this out. Oh, this is awesome. I love these. This is my only rose bush, and it is just blooming so well. And Jen got this as a Mother's Day gift a couple years ago, and last year it just had a tiny little bud and it didn't even bloom, but this year is a big difference. Look at these. Oh, and they smell so good. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this one big time. And check this out. So this is definitely growing more than it did last video. So this is the sweet peas on the side here, and these are poppies right here, and they've grown a lot since the last video. And then behind here, we got the cosmos and zinnias growing, so they're starting to grow. The morning glory did not do so well, so I don't know what happened with that. I might try again next year, but the sweet peas are looking good. No blooms yet, but it's definitely growing a lot, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Another hardy geranium, and oh, and I got this little sign from my family. Welcome to my garden. So I put this right out in front, and we got some dahlias here and begonias, and they do really well right here because it's not too sunny and not too shady. It's just right, I think. And I planted some marigolds here from seed, and I'm not sure how they're doing. They were green and now they're purple, so I don't know if that's a bad sign or not. These are the same plants as these, and I started these ones inside, and then I transplanted them into this pot outside, and then they turned purple. But these ones, I started outside, just put the seeds in the ground, and they're nice and green, so I don't know what the deal is. Just wait and see, I guess. And the calla lily is doing really well. I don't know when calla lilies are supposed to bloom. This is also, I think, a birthday gift from last spring, and we just stuck it in the ground. And we didn't think it would survive, and here it is. So hopefully it's gonna bloom, we'll see. And last but not least, this mystery weed. I have no idea what it is. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. I'm just letting it grow here. I'm not watering it. It looks like it has some buds on it. So I'm curious to know what it's gonna be. All right, you guys, there's the update. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy seeing some flowers. Happy summer, and I will probably see you in July and give you another update next month. Bye-bye.